we are late. We are actually 23 minutes late. And first of all, I want to really apologize for that. I got to get better on being on time. Got a great excuse though. Don't get the technicalities stuff going on. Uh, my guest didn't have his audio. Hey, Adam, mute up. Can you mute up for a second? Uh,
Yeah,
m-
one
my
second.
my guest didn't have his audio together and is trying to get his camera set up. So, um, and I'm on my cell phone because my laptop is not cooperating, so I couldn't get it how I wanted to, and I'm just making an excuse right now for why I'm late. But I do apologize for that, and I will get better at that because it sucks when that happens. And I only got to feel y'all as it is. I hate to lose you because I'm late. I'm normally late everywhere, and most of the time I'm late. I'm the boss. But here, you guys are the boss, so I got to be on time. Anyway, what we're going to be talking about tonight for a little bit. I don't know how long this is going to go. We're going to wing it. I'm on my phone. May get a phone call, blow the whole program. I don't know. Oh yeah, that was close. Um, but I was considering the today being the winter solstice, being the winter solstice, and I was just wondering, does this Adam? Can you mute up for a second?
Man, I don't know how to do it on my
All right,
device.
I got. I understand you compromise. You compromise. Uh,
Compre.
we were seeing where this correlates at with the Jesus story with the birth of Christ, and because my research kind of leads me to believe that it's more practical that those events happened and vice versa. I don't know. We're here to argue it out. Uh, my guest here has got some solstice information that he's wanted to come on and share with us, which could probably enlighten us all on this subject. I thought it'd be interesting to talk about. I like this kind of stuff, so I'm gonna turn it over to you now. And I don't know what he's gonna say. I haven't prepared myself for it. I don't know, but it should be fun. It should be fun. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Share this video with others that may be interested in this kind of stuff. Let's have some fun with it. Go ahead now.
All right. Well, we back at it. And as you can see, or you can't see here, I don't know exactly how I sound because I'm compromised right now. But we finna go on a little bit of a journey, and that's what we doing. So let's ride. As you can see, we hitting it. Anyway, winter solstice. All right. Winter solstice. So this is how I want to start this. And I am gonna need your help because I am doing what I'm doing here, and you can see what I'm doing is I'm moving. So we were discussing earlier about this solstice and you know, maybe some origins of it. And is that me or you?
Oh, that's you. I'm just sitting here.
Oh, I got you. Okay, so we were discussing the solstice and it brought up a good interesting concept. And you was like, they say the sun is sitting, still one of the 3 days. And I'm gonna be the first to tell you, I've been up since 3 o'clock. I done took 2 flights and I'm still rocking. And it was dark when I left. I watched the sun come up and go down. So it sparked a conversation. And that conversation was, on days and times, right? According to this, and right now being part of the solstice. So, what I need for y'all to do, whoever watching, including you, we got to use our brain for more than just smoking and more than just drinking and entertainment. We got to use our brain for critical thinking, which is what we about to do tonight. So this is how I want to kick this off, man. We're going to do a little bit of math. We're going to check it out. So, can you do me one favor? And something just popped up in my head because it perfectly to do with the times and the seasons. And you already know me. I'm gonna come with some script, a little bit, not too much. Can you read one verse, Daniel 7 and 25? The book of Daniel, chapter 7 and 25. I think this is a perfect opener because we gonna use some common sense. And we freestyling. As you can see, you see what I'm doing. I'm not even holding my phone, it's up in the air. So we freestyling. Daniel 7 and 25. Just one verse.
All right.
Yeah, cause we about to get into. I'm trying to get, man. We about to get. I got some dope stuff. We about to burn some rubber and put some smoke in the air.
Let me see if I can find what it is you're asking for.
Yeah, we need Daniel 7 because we're talking about times, and they say, the solstice. Oh, uh, you know, the shortest day of the year, and we're losing daylight. Well, let's while he's getting that, let's just think about something.
Yeah, yeah,
If today or yesterday, whatever time frame you're in, was the shortest day of the year, right? Wouldn't we be actually gaining daylight versus losing it? If it was the shortest day of the year, and then from here on out, the days get longer and longer and longer and longer, we'd actually be gaining sunlight, not losing it. Something to think about. Something to think about.
you're saying from the beginning of the time of the shift, or at
Yeah,
the end of that shift, or
I'm
at the
saying
end of
right
that
now,
shift.
if it's the solstice, right? In the winter solstice, how many days is the solstice? Is it one or a couple or what?
It's supposed to be three.
3 days. Okay. So
That you see the correlation?
isn't the combination right? I see it, but isn't the combination right? We're talking about, shortness of light. But like I was saying, some common sense. If it's at the shortest days of light, wouldn't we actually be gaining light going forward?
Yeah,
Wouldn't we
we would.
incrementally?
Yeah.
Okay, but
Okay.
people say
Okay.
shortest.
Come on.
See, you see how we
I.
got to just start
Yeah.
thinking. We got to start
Yeah.
thinking. So
Oh.
you got that
Oh.
verse? You got
But
that
okay.
verse?
Okay. Hold on. I'm not going to start shaking the bed right now. But uh, I agree with that because
You ain't got a
that's
choice. We throwing
well.
bombs around here.
Well.
I mean, you can do what you
Well.
want, but
I'm saying that's why I think that they could have been switched because that would make sense if this happened in spring. But go
yeah.
ahead. But go ahead. We'll
No,
work
we
our way
gonna
to
get
that.
up. We gonna get
We'll
all
work our
into
way to
that
that.
because we
All
gotta
right. All
touch.
right.
We're talking
All
times,
right.
seasons, right? But this is the general synopsis of what people are talking about. Everybody wants to worship the sun and be goddesses and gods and all this and all that, and don't got a damn brain. So let's see if we can find somebody with a brain, right? Everybody want to smoke, drink, and run around. I'm God and I'm a goddess. You know what I mean? And you can't even think straight. So let's
Okay.
start there.
All
Let's
right.
start there. We actually gain in time, not losing it,
Okay.
or gaining
I'm with
light,
that.
not losing it. So uh let's start there. But please, you got that verse?
What?
We just
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
one
But
verse. Is
I don't.
Daniel
I don't want to. Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Before we get to that, I don't want to disregard. to somebody in the chat. Can you read that in the chat?
I can't even see the phone. It's I got the phone
All right,
hooked up so it don't move because you see
all
what
right,
I'm doing.
all right. Joe King, aka Two Joe, says he says the summer solstice occurs when the North Pole is tilted most toward the sun, while the winter solstice happens when the North Pole is tilted furthest away from the sun.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just reading the chat here, but go ahead while I
Yeah,
find this.
you can get that off NASA's website. That's no big deal. And I'm
Oh, you
not
said it.
denying that,
All right,
or I'm not denying it. I'm not saying it's wrong statistically, factually, right?
all
Because
right.
especially to the audience too, Joe, I like to prove shit. I don't like to just talk shit. I like to prove shit, right? So we gonna get into some proof. This is why I need this one verse. I need this one, just one verse, and then we
Oh,
gonna get into
okay,
some
yeah,
smoke.
because it actually I do see some shots fired over here. Because you said you're actually not gaining time at all. When
Light,
I just
light,
oh light, not
light.
time.
Yeah, yeah, light.
Light. Okay. All right. All right. He said you're gonna be gaining light. All right. So then he would be correct. We aren't gaining time, but we are gaining light. I'm trying to keep up with the chat at the same time. So go ahead.
Yeah, I need Daniel 20. I need Daniel 7 and 25 real quick. I can paraphrase it, but I'd rather you
All
just
right.
go on Google or something. I
All
don't
right.
know.
Hold
You
on.
got a
I got you.
computer?
I got it. Yeah. I just got my computer's tripping. That's why I can't really get. I ain't gonna say it's the computer. I'm just not very savvy yet in it. But nonetheless, I came up with that.
Well, I got some
Uh,
stuff now that my mind
he
is
says
flowing.
it says he will speak against the Most High and oppress his holy people. Is that what you're referring to?
No, it's Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Daniel chapter 7, verse 25. I'm in the NIV. Where you at?
Okay, try the ESV or the KJV.
Man, all these LGBTQ stuff is getting a little confusing. Which one you want me to do?
Go to the ESV. Let's do ESV.
Uh,
English Standard Version. We're just gonna do regular English.
I got you, man. I got to get this laptop figured out to where I can use it. He who speaks word against the Most High and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and
Hmm.
shall think change at the times of the law, and they shall be given unto his hand for times, and half a time. Is
So
that what you were referring to?
that's what I'm looking for. That was a
All
little
right.
bit different translation. In the King James, it says he shall think the tank to change times and seasons and times, and it'll be given into his hands to do. Now we know we're talking about
And
the
what you
adversary.
said, hold on. You said that was in the King James.
Yeah, if you read the KJV,
All
it'll
right, but so okay, so here's one. This is the New King James, not that one. No, because you just said King James. Because I know you didn't say that. We already did the ESV and the NV.
NIV. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna wait on that because that in itself is. But yeah, the one you mentioned is the one I read from, uh, and you were going back over it in the King James. It seems like you're a little bit more
Yeah,
familiar with that.
and he no, I'm familiar with that too. It's just speaking more English, like plain English. But basically, what's being said is he gon' the adversary, which is Satan, is a Hebrew word for just Satan is just adversary, just means adversary, but he's speaking against the Most High, and he's looking to change times and seasons, and it'll be given in his hands for a time to do this thing, right? So
Hmm.
this is where we get into. Let's do a little bit of math, right? Let's start proving and let's flow with this, right? So let me ask you, how many days are in a year?
In this calendar, 365 in this calendar, but 360 is the
Okay,
complete. But
okay,
nonetheless,
so but right. In this calendar we got is 365,
65.
right?
Yeah, but we know
Okay,
360 is a complete circle. So we
right.
already got some bullshit going on there anyway. But
Well, let's look at let's I need you to let's just follow me. Let's do it a little experiment live. Can you go back and pull up a calculator and just we'll start in this month, December, and work our way back to the first of the month, right?
hmm
And let's just count the days. We don't have to physically count them, just put it in, whether it say 31 days plus 30 plus whatever, whatever. And how
yeah,
many
it
days
should
we gonna
be
come up
30,
with?
31, 30, 31, 30. It should be like 30, 31, 30, 31. But up in the upper months in the cold season, it changes a little bit. But I don't know. But you're talking Gregorian only, right?
Yeah, I'm talking about the current calendar we're in, right? Because we're talking about changing times, right? We're talking about the solstice. So I just want to get a reference point for people to see. I want them to do because I want people to use their brain. I want people to do this experiment live. So what I'm trying to get is if you could just pull up a calendar, a current
Yeah, but they
calendar on
can't
your
see.
computer,
They can't see.
but you can see,
They
right?
can't. Yeah, I can see you. I mean, for the most part.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just tell us what we get. So in December, what we got 31 days this month. Let's go back 1 month and see how many days we got in that month and just add it up real quick. You could do a calculator on your phone or uh your computer will have a calendar, a digital
Hold on. What am I looking for again? I'm reading the chat too. But
calendar.
we'll go back to that and
You need
address
to
that.
pull up a calendar and a calculator. Calendar and calculator.
And what am
Cuz
I
this is
doing
going to
here?
be interesting. So I need you to start. You could either start in reverse. You can start at the first month, January 1st of 2024, or you can start in the month we're in, December. And I just want you to go through and look at each month and whatever total number it say, put it in the calculator. So if it say 30 days, put 30. The next month plus whatever it say, 31, then put 31. And we're just gonna do that for all 12 months and see what number we come up with. Because you said based on the Gregorian calendar, the time where what America runs off of and most of the world, what is 365 days?
hmm Yeah, this I don't know what's going on with this computer. Yeah, I'll do it on my phone. 'Cause this I don't know what I'm doing with that computer.
Up your calculator and pull up the days of the month, the calendar. If you see a 31, hit 31. And then if you go to the next month, you see 30, put plus 30. So we add the month, we adding the days.
Yeah, I don't know if I could
Well, if somebody in the chat, go get your calendar and get a calculator and just go through the month, go through each month, all 12 months for the year 2024 and just put in whatever day and add up the days. All you got to do is look at the end. If we have 30 days, type in 30 plus whatever the next month say. If it's 31 days, add 31 and see what you come up with. Cuz it's going to be interesting. Cuz last year we had 365 days in 2023 because I think February had 28 days in it. And this is why, see, they got to change the times to fit their agendas, right? because it's a bunch of bullshit. So they got to have leap year, and you fell back an hour, and you spring forward an hour, and this month got
Mhm.
31 days, and that month got 28, and
Mhm.
this and that and the third. So
Mhm.
I'm letting people do it, but I'm gonna cut to the chase so we can move forward, right? So
Yeah.
last
Yeah.
year in 2023, we had 365 days. This year in 2024, we have 366 days. Now, now if the sun, moon, and stars are constantly moving, how the hell did we all of a sudden go from 365 to 366? We don't went to 366 days for a whole year in 1 year all of a sudden. But in school, everybody taught, oh, a year is 365 days, right? I mean, we can look at the
Mhm.
test, right? So
Mhm.
all of a sudden, we done gained a year. We done gained a day. Instead of 365, it's 366 now. Because February went from 28 days to 29 days. So now they just making shit up, and I'm going to prove it to you. Let me ask you this. How many days are in a week?
7 in this one we're in.
So we got 7 days, right? Monday, Tuesday,
Mhm.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right?
Mhm.
And I would engender just to say, you know, me personally, Sunday is the first day of the week, and Saturday, Sabbatos, right, is the Shabbat, is the seventh day of the week, the end of the week. That's what I would argue. But just for the sake of the conversation, there's 7 days in a week, nonetheless, right? So if the month on the calendar is 30 days or 31 days, right?
Mhm.
But we have
Mhm.
7 days in a week and there's 4 weeks in a month. Do the math on that. 7 times 4 is,
28.
there you go. So
Mhm.
the math ain't mathing because the calendar says we got 31 or 30 days. And because of the leap year and all the bullshit, 1 month has 28 days, or this year it's 29 days, right? They just changing it. But a week, a month is supposed to be four
Mm.
weeks. A month is supposed to be 4 weeks. And when you times 7 times 4, that's only 28 days. So here's
Okay.
the gig. Here's how they got you, right? Because what I'm saying is that a month is actually only 28 days. And there's actually 13 months in a year, which is why they got to do all this bullshit, jumping, hopping, skipping, and adding days and changing times, just like we read in Daniel 7 and 25 that he gonna try look to change times, right?
Mhm.
Because there's really only 28 days. If we go off of 7 days a week, which is 1 week, we can all agree, whoever's listening, that 7 days a week. And this is how they getting you at work too. They got you doing all this extra work for free, but you don't know it. They crafty, right? Check it out. 7 days a week, 4 weeks is a month. That's only 28 days. If you do the math and you go 28 times 12, what do you get? You only get, and there's supposed to be 12 months in a year, you only get 336 days.
Okay. All right. Well, here I
So
want to address. Go, no, go ahead, because I want to address some comments in the chat that give you a chance to go back and address
that's
some of these
cool.
comments in the chat. Go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna just say this then, because if it's 20, if what I'm saying is 28 days in a month, 7 times 4 is 28, and we have 12 months, but I'm saying there's really 13 months, and they taught you it was 365. I'm saying it's really 364 because 12 times 7 times 4 is 28, and 28 times 12 is 336. So to get to 13 months, which would be another 4 weeks, which is 7 days, that's 28 days. So if you add 28 to 336, you're going to get 364. And uh
That's
that'll make a proper
364.
That's 364. So now think about it. They got you doing 12 months of work, but they're only paying you. They got you doing 13 months of work, but they're only paying you for 12. If you really think about it, because 7 times 4 is 28. 28 times 12 is 336. But they teach us in school that it's 365. And like I just showed earlier, whoever looked at it,
Yeah, I pulled that. I did that too. I went back and did that math too, personally myself. But I don't want to get too far without addressing some of these comments because it's got some interesting stuff. Um, I'm just gonna back it up here a little bit. Gonna go too far back.
but yeah, I got I hope y'all thinking, because y'all ride
All
with
right.
me now. Big dog.
So when we were talking about how and the what is considered 24 hours is just a few minutes ago.
Hmm.
Uh, Joe says that it's easily explained that it doesn't take exactly 24 hours for the Earth to rotate around the sun. So the compound interest of the leftover time adds up to the full day.
Of
So
what?
of that 24 hours that you was in referencing to.
Okay.
Um, and it goes on to say a year is how long it takes for the Earth to rotate around the sun. A day is how long it takes for the sun to rotate. I'm sorry. A day is how long it takes for the sun to make a complete spin. So a year
Read
is
that
how long
again.
it takes. A year is how long it takes for the Earth to rotate around the sun. A day
Okay.
is how long it takes for the Earth to make a complete spin.
Yeah. Yeah. That's science. Yeah. I don't dispute that at all.
Hmm.
Yeah. I'm not disputing his first comment about the tilt of the Earth, because that's true. I mean, that's true. So yeah, he's right. That's right on. I'm just we're talking about. I mean, from where we were, we're talking about times and changes, right? And this the solstice has everything to do with this and what they got people doing, and they got people
But
not thinking.
all right. So well, I wanna throw. We can go back and visit that, but
Yeah, we
um,
can move on. I'm
I
just saying
I
we got to prove
I,
stuff.
I wanna yeah. And this is something else that oh I didn't want to disregard. I didn't want to disregard a couple of footnotes I did get from the same um topic before I start getting into the more uh, controversial scenario. Uh,
Because this is all we going on a journey, right? So we talking about, I don't know what you're about to say, but we was talking about the solstice, changing the times, right? Less light, more day, right? But that also plays into days, times, years, and seasons, because we got 4 seasons. We have a warm up, hot, cool off, cold, right? Summer, spring, you know what I'm saying? Spring, summer, fall, and winter. So I'm showing you the craftiness in how they got stuff going just by doing some simple math. Because we all learn a month is
so
4 weeks.
so
And
so does this? I'm gonna take this a different way. So does this apply? Because this doesn't apply in all circumstances or in all places. But you're just saying that that's how it is as we know it as in like us here in the. Oh yeah, I want to do a shout out to Red Panda. My bad. Big shout
well,
out to Red Panda.
yeah, shout out Red Peasy, man.
Uh,
It applies. It actually, what I'm putting on the table is that there's actually 13 months and there's not.
All right, so I wanna move it around a little bit, yeah, because I get that. Well, the calendars, there was at some point there was 10 days in a week, and uh, I think there was 10 days in a week, and there wasn't as many. There was 8 days in a week, and 20 something days per month. Could have been, I think it's 20 or 30 days per month. No, it wasn't, because it didn't mathematically. It didn't. It was like 10 days a week, and it was only like 3 weeks in a month, something kind of like that. Where this this calendar of timing referencing points have changed several times. Just like you're saying, it's changing now, right before our eyes. Now we've got more days than we had at first, and I'm familiar with about three calendar time changes that made things, you know, different. If we try to look at today's calendar, when the calendar wasn't always like it is today, stuff doesn't add up that's supposed to have happened a long time ago
Right.
that
Well, if you
fits.
look at the Mayan calendar, that fits more proper. That 13 months, if you look at their calendar, it fits that scenario. If you look at the Hebraic Torah calendar, it fits that scenario, 13 months. The old, how you want to say, archaic cultures, uh, we can say ancient, uh, they all understood 13 months. They all understood sacred geometry, right? 13. Here
Hmm.
we go. So, but what did we read in Daniel? Oh, somebody want to change some time. Somebody want to lower the frequency. Somebody want to get us on a different frequency, and got us doing all this and extortion. Because, like I said, you working a year, you getting paid for 12 months and doing 13 months of labor. But that's a whole nother gig. But
Yeah,
nonetheless, these
uh,
ancient calendars line more up with 13 months. I threw a couple
yeah,
out for y'all to research. I can't pull it up and do my stuff. I'm freestyling, but you
yeah.
can look that up and prove it for
So,
yourself.
I didn't want to get too far off of the thumbnail, if you would, uh, or the. I actually didn't choose a thumbnail, which I should have did. Which I'm still learning how to use all this shit, but I did put in like a title or discussion, a topic, right? And I don't want to go too far without staying in reference to what my point was or what I was discussing, what my basic discussion was based on. So, what is your take on that?
On the
Um,
Christ theorem, on
yeah,
the worship and all
on
that.
well, on the 3 days, if the 3 days story, like you said, uh, was the 3 days that the times changing. If that's the 3 days that he rests in the tomb, wouldn't didn't that happen in Easter?
Right.
Isn't Christmas the birthday, right?
Okay, I understand what you're saying. It's Christmas, the
So
birthday, December 25th, of Christ's birthday when he was born, right? That's what you're asking.
that's what
Three
I'm saying.
days.
So yeah. So if he was, so if 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 life began or light began, even though it's contested, but if light began at the end of that 3 day period when everything sits still, when the three kings are lined up, right? When things started going the other way, this is when life began,
I got you.
which would be an act of the spring.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So
let me
so
answer that.
mhm,
Okay. So 3 days in the tomb, right?
mhm,
So see, this is what happens with neo paganism, and just people don't think neo, right, is a Greek word. It comes from the Greek word neos, which means new. So you new pagans out here who don't understand you're a pagan, and it don't matter that you don't understand it. You're still doing it. If you celebrate this holiday, let's just use our brains again.
Mm.
Let's use our brains for more than smoking and drinking and watching and endless scrolling on the internet, and let's think for a second. So
Mm.
they say Christ died on what? Friday, Good Friday, right?
mhm.
The Good Friday. Now he rose again. He's supposed to be gone for 3 days, and he rose again on that Sunday, right? Easter Sunday. Here we go. Let's do some math. Everybody count with me. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. How many days is that, everyone?
um, nah, nah, nah. Okay, all right, yeah. No, you're
yeah,
right. You're
yeah,
right.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah,
I know I'm right because it's you
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
think. That's why they
right.
got y'all. They got
Yeah,
y'all. Y'all in
yeah,
there Good
yeah.
Friday. Y'all picking up eggs on a Sunday, and
He,
that's two
he
damn
said,
days. But I thought he
he
was
said,
gone for three.
he said Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Wait a minute.
How many days is that?
Friday. Wait a hold on,
That's
man.
2 days.
Wait, yeah, it's
Yeah,
right. It's 2 days. It is 2 days, but these things are
two
just like
days.
they're overlooked and they're kind of winked at. Um,
Because
and
nobody
and
wants to think, Ricky.
so yeah, yeah, and it's unfortunate that uh when you cause that kind of thinking, it does the same thing in the brain of the person that comes to the conclusion. It's just uncomfortable, and we just start drowning and kicking, and it's everybody's fault, and you're the bad guy. And that's common. That's common.
Oh,
When
I don't
when
give a damn. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. You come fucking
and
with me, that's what you gonna get.
yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. The- yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. But again, but I'm so what I'm saying is what I was trying to get is what's your point? What's your conclusion? Uh,
Well, my conclusion is that it's simply fake. It's paganistic worship. You're not worshiping Christ at all, not even a little bit. That's why I said neo pagans, which is a Greek word I already said. New pagans. You don't understand that you're a pagan because they got you. You're new to the game. So you over here, first of all, bunnies don't lay eggs. We all know that. But you over here doing all that mess with these damn eggs and a bunny that's not even natural to nature, for one. For two, you talking about we celebrating Christ. That's 2 days, not three. So what's really going on? What's really going on? And this is me talking. You can do what you want. I don't give a damn what you do. I ain't got to live in your shoes, and you ain't got to live in mine. So, but reality is, you worshiping the devil. You serving the devil, and I'm gonna just call it straight what it is. I don't give a damn what name of what God you want to put on it, like Saturnilius or Istar, which is really what you're doing on Easter. You're worshiping it's the goddess Istar, who deals in what? Fertility, right? That's why you're running around here painting eggs and picking up eggs like a damn fool from a damn
well,
bunny that don't lay no eggs.
well, the most exotic scenario for me was when it dawned on me that Hugh Hefner uses the rabbit too.
There you go. Who are
So
they
I
giving
what
reverence to? And what do
yeah,
they do
so
all damn day?
right. So this is what I'm saying. So when I started thinking, so it just kind of made it a
It
little
makes
the pill
sense
a
when you
little
think
easier to go
about it.
down. Yeah, it makes the pill
Yeah,
go
when you
down a little easier.
critically think.
Yeah,
It's called,
you
it's
know.
not just thinking because we think all day about a bunch of bullshit, but when you critically think, that's a skill. You start to realize, wait a minute, bunnies, and they uh get together, when they have sex, how you want procreate, they do it fast and a lot, and it be a lot of them. So that's why it's
Mhm.
synonymous with, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying, that
Mhm.
symbol, uh and that goddess of fertility and the
Mhm.
worshiping of it. But
Mhm.
regardless, if we want to say that's a deity, a demon, that goddess got a boss. And I don't care what you are. I'm listen, I'm about to drop a real gem, and if you don't get it, I don't care. But I hope y'all get it cuz we live. Okay, you got to understand, and I'm not going to go past this when I say this much. You got to understand, the principality of this world, the rulers of the air, are in a battle array. You understand? They're in a battle array. So they got a boss. They got bosses to answer to. And for those who can see and understand, you know what I'm saying. And for those that can't, well, it's not my job, right? But at the end of the day, they got a boss. So you think you doing Easter and all that, but you're really serving the devil. That's who you're worshiping. That's who
So
you. That's
so
that's what you're doing.
I want to ask you something about that. So and I get it because I'm more of like a Gnostic when it comes to this type shit, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
well,
gonna
I'm kicking
I'm gonna
up
kind
dust.
of
I'm being.
exclude me from it. But let's just say, in generally speaking, if I don't know that and I'm sincerely giving my 100% to what I believe is what I'm believing, but I'm being duped, right? Because I don't
Hmm.
understand how these principles work. Uh,
Hmm.
Am I going to get credit for that?
Okay, let
Right?
me ask you a question.
Listen, I mean,
Yeah, I get what you're
hypothetically,
saying.
I mean,
All
is
right,
it
let
going
me
to be
ask you a
the
question.
intent of my heart? Here, wait, before you do that. Is it going to be the intent of my heart? And the reason why I say that, because what I was doing, I used to, a lot of people know I used to be this big Christian, right? And 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 during this, I was 100% in, both feet, no hands, no doubt, no questioning, no nothing. I was that guy for Christ. Trust me, I was that guy, right? But so once I learned, because at first I just was believing, I didn't really know what I was believing. I didn't even think it was even relevant for me to know. I figured it was just relevant for me to believe. However, I stumbled on the knowing. And in doing that, I realized I started knowing what it was that I was believing. So I made some adjustments so I could still uh, get the most out of the experience. And in doing that, I was 100% sincere as a proactive Christian during that time of my life. There was nothing I could have been told, man. I was hook, line, and sinker, you know. And if I had have met my demise before I became who I am now, how does that? And I'm not even guaranteeing 100% guaranteeing that my understanding of it now is exactly right. But I am guaranteeing 100% that it's a greater understanding than what it was, or I'd just go back, where it's safe at. Just I have a greater understanding of it, so I feel more comfortable moving in this direction. But if that hadn't happened before this, because now I probably don't qualify for a lot of those benefits because of the way I think. But if that hadn't happened then, would I have been eligible for that? In your
I
opinion?
I got you.
Because my heart was in the right place. No, no cap. I was 100%.
No, I
I,
got you.
I,
I understand what you're
yeah,
saying. I
yeah,
really do.
yeah.
I really understand the
Because so
spirit of
how
what
does
you're
that?
saying.
Yeah, yeah. All right. So help. Will talk to me about that.
All right. So listen, I'm gonna start out with this. I'm speaking like this to be provocative, right? I'm
All
speaking
right.
in this terms and I'm speaking in this manner to be provocative, to provoke the crowd, to provoke thought processes, to provoke responses, to get somebody to listen. And hopefully they'll wake up, right?
All
So
right.
so I'm speaking this way to kick up some dust. You know what I'm saying? We having a smoke session and I don't smoke weed at all.
Oh,
So, you know what I'm saying?
all right. I got you.
We doing what we doing. But at the end of the day, I'ma tell you the truth, and this is and you know I like to prove it, right? I like to prove what I'm talking about, right? I'm not just making up stuff, talking out my ass. So to get to the point of what you're saying, I'm gonna ask you a question, and we gonna think, and then I'm gonna give you the answer. And the question is this, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make it real easy, cause this actually happened to me when I was a baby. I don't remember it, but I have the scars on my fingers from it. If you don't know that that fire is hot and you stick your hand in it, do you still get burned
Yep.
or do you not get burned? So you get burned,
I still,
right?
I still get burnt. Yep.
You still get burned,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you don't know if you're in America and we got one way to do things and you go to another country and it's against the law and you don't know, do you still get punished?
I still go to timeout.
You still go.
Yep.
So here's the answer. And I'm going to quote the scripture to save a little bit of time, but maybe somebody's familiar with this. It says and I'm paraphrasing, but the blind leading the blind, and they both fall in the ditch. Now that's speaking cryptically, right? But what it's
Mm-hmm.
saying is the blind, the person who don't know that this is bad or whatever, falls in the ditch. And everybody who's following them falls in that same ditch as well. But the reality of what's being said is that ditch is destruction. So just because you didn't know what you was doing doesn't negate the fact that you got destroyed. And that's unfortunate. And this is why it's unfortunate because a lot of people just don't know. I'm not saying when I make these statements, like I said, I'm speaking provocatively, right? But I'm not saying that these people are bad people. People who are doing this, they're bad. A lot of them, I believe, are good people. Now there is just some straight up satanic motherfuckers out here, but at the end of the day, a lot of people are good people, and they just and they got you set up and you just going for the bait because it's easier to be told how to think and what to think and how to it's easier to sit on the couch and scroll and watch people live their lives instead of you go live yours. It's easier to do that. It's easier to sit and scroll and have an opinion and a statement on a couch somewhere about what somebody's out doing or not doing instead of you go live your life. I said it twice because I want somebody to hear me now. I want somebody to get some understanding. Because while you sitting there pointing the finger at what somebody's doing or not doing, or what money or broke or fake chain or whatever chain, you don't even realize that you're in park. You're not moving at all. The only thing that's moving is your fucking thumb up and down on a screen. And you'll sit there for hours and waste your life. So the reality of it is people just don't know that that's what they're doing. These are the things that they're doing. But with some studying, with some, because to be, and I'm gonna give you my personal opinion. I really don't give two craps about, you know, a degree and having a doctorate. It's about, I respect it. Don't get me wrong. I definitely respect it because what it shows me is that at least this person has enough gumption and to be dedicated to learning something, right? But that doesn't
Hmm.
make it or break it for me. But I respect somebody who has accreditation. Now, which is why right now we're speaking and we're speaking openly, right? But I'm not
Hmm.
speaking really as an authority, even though I know what I'm saying is correct. But if I had a doctor on the side of my name, then I'd be coming in the form of authority, and that forces people to listen. Which is why I'm in school, which is why I'm going to school and doing the things that I'm doing personally. So that way, when I come out saying the same thing I'm saying now, based off of study and because I have access to high levels of
Hmm.
scholarship and
Hmm.
and and so on and so forth,
Hmm.
it'll be more. I'm forcing you to hear it because I'll have some letters and all this behind my name, but 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 that's not the end all to be all. So as we're going forward, right, to stick on the conversation of what you were titling it, we're talking about Christ and we're talking about uh how you say Christmas, right?
Hmm.
So we got to look at, and I'm a, if you follow me, you'll learn something. Now, I'm not speaking to you generally, but just the audience of how to critically deduce things, how to look at some, break stuff down. And there's a scientific process, especially when it comes to linguistics and scriptures and stuff. It's called hermeneutics, right? Hermeneutical, it's a science. There's an actual scientific way to break stuff down to find the truth, right? We're gonna do a little tiny piece of that, and you do some of it when you do critical thinking. So but what I just thought about some because we freestyling, right, about the
Hmm.
times and the seasons, because this all plays together, right? They say 12 months, right? 12 months, but really if you look in Latin, what is septem? Septem is Latin for seven. We have
That's
September, that's
correct.
the ninth
That's
month,
correct.
but really
That,
septem is seven. Octo,
that's correct.
octo in in Latin is eight.
Hmm.
Novem, no November.
Hmm.
Novem in Latin is nine.
Hmm.
Decem is 10, but in December over here is 12. I mean, even if
Hmm.
even in Hebrew, it's Greek, but you have what's called the Decalogue. That's what's known as the Ten Commandments. Deca, i.e., 10, and logos, word. So if you transliterate it, it refers to the 10 word. But the Decalogue is known as the Ten Commandments. But this is and Latin is the language right before we have English, right? So it's tied in heavily, but yet and still we're thinking December is 12 when really it's 10. But anyway, I just
Well, the
thought about
first
that.
the DEC is the your acronym for decade, and the decade is set in ten. So that's how you can identify. So you can work your way back using Latin and
Yeah,
find what you said being
it's in the
factual.
name.
But that's
December,
yeah, exactly.
Deca,
So
10,
yeah,
it's all in there.
so
November,
and,
but
and these other months were added. They were paying homage to the Greeks, and they were
yeah. And I'm glad
July
you
and
know that,
August.
man.
I'm just saying,
Yep,
July and August was added in there for
yep.
something that had nothing to do
August, yep.
with time. It
That's
had
nice.
something to do with honoring somebody for. That's a different show, but that's
No,
how
but
those
that's
two got in
perfectly
there.
ties in though. And I'm
Yeah,
glad you
that's
said
how
that.
things. That's how these things get thrown off, and stuff like that. So then they got to do a reset and what you have, not to try to make sense of it. Otherwise, we're going to have spring in the summer and the summer in the spring, and they're going to be calling it all these nicknames like global warming and stuff like that. Then after
Nah, don't whisper now.
no, no, I'm just saying things. I'm just saying I'm having fun with you, but at the same time, I'm saying some real shit. That
You are.
this, this is, and then they got to address it because, and so now, as you just showed me, how they done snuck a couple of days in while I was sitting here minding my own business, uh, and uh, and so it can happen to the unsuspecting
At
citizen at any
man,
given time. But they're
any
trying to
given
make it
time.
make they're trying to make it make sense. Uh,
And
other
it doesn't.
because someone's gonna have a lot of explaining to do here if they sit on their hands for too long. So catch out the
Check
bag
it
one
out.
way or another.
It's out the bag. But I'm glad you, because this all ties in, man. This all ties in perfectly. And I'm glad you said that because, see, that's what the importance of learning history, especially first century history, because culturally, right? This is why people will never understand the Bible if they just pick it up and read it, because of the systems that are created to make you not be able to understand it. But moving along, uh culturally, you had to worship the Caesar as God. That was a cultural thing, which is why a lot of the New Testament writings are cryptic, because you couldn't openly speak about Rome or you're gonna get killed. You're gonna suffer uh crucifixion, right? It wasn't that they had a cross just sitting there. It was that they had a pole, a sturum. That's what it's called. It's a stake that's permanently there in the grounds of executions, and then you had another piece that would form a cross that is what Christ carried. But we
Hmm.
moving along. Uh, but yeah, that these months were added. August, uh, Augusta, right?
Augustus, yep, Caesar Augustus, which is Julius Caesar's cousin, and they added July on his behalf.
Yeah, and you know why? Because he
May not be
adopted
his
him.
cousin, but I think it is. That's what I'm saying. It may
No,
not
he
be,
adopted him as
uh,
his son,
but
but he
yeah. So
was.
yeah, there's some correlation there. Yeah, I'm just winging it, but you get what I'm saying. Yeah.
No,
So
but you're
they,
right. He adopted him as
yeah,
his son, and he said, "Well, if he
yeah,
got one, you know what I'm saying, and I'm the next
yeah.
Caesar, I
You
want
see,
one."
see, this is what I'm saying, man. But they playing around. But
But this is what they
um,
doing,
so then they
and
have to
people not
stretch
even
the
paying
days,
attention.
and people not even paying attention. You know.
Exactly, they
Um,
stretching it. They doing this. They doing that. So,
yeah,
yeah,
stretching
we
it and
we we
drinking it.
we
You
getting it.
know.
We
Yeah,
pushing forward to get to your question, because you got to think about it. What's the
yeah,
story of
yeah.
Christ's birth, right? He's in a major. What's going on? I dare you to take your ass outside and pull everything you got down and open up your legs in the middle of dead winter and see how well you do.
All right, all right, all right.
so so we just gotta look at what's going on. Now I'm not gonna go too far to a history lesson and all that, but they went up to Jerusalem. There was a there was a decree, a census being done, right? That was needed
Hmm.
to take place. So it was
Hmm.
packed. Some scholarship uh uh debates about whether it was a holy day or a feast day, which we were close to one. Not gonna go all into that, but the reason they were up in Jerusalem was the census was taking place, right? So it's packed.
Hmm.
You can't. There's no room. So you're sleeping outside. Hmm. When is a good time to sleep outside? Give me a couple seasons. give, give
I
me a couple
go
seasons.
right. Well, ain't but two. Shit.
Ain't but two seasons,
Ain't
right?
but two. Right.
And if you go by Romans 1 and 20, which says, said we can understand all things. Can somebody say all? And and we can look at the things we can see, and we can get some understanding by the things we can see, and so that they should be without excuse, and we could be able to understand all things, even the
So,
invisible things, even the eternal Godhead by the things we can see. So let me stop playing around. But that script Romans 1 and 20, which is a midrash book. I won't go into what a midrash is, but it is it's saying you can look at the things you can see, and you can understand all things. You can understand all things that are invisible, even the eternal Godhead, by the things that we could by the things we can see, so that they are without excuse. Right? There's no excuse.
hmm
So if we look at nature, when does nature like to give birth? When does it like to nourish birth? Now, I'm not going to sit here and put a pinpoint direction. Yeah, Christ was born during this time. But what I'm saying is, if we start peeling back the layers and just look at it, they're sleeping outside. They done went here. We're looking at nature. Spring is when all things start giving birth, new life springing up. And then summer, that new life, babies, they're nourished during the summertime. So we're talking about December 25th. So let's look at the facts of December 25th. We got, what do we got? We got a tree. Okay. We got, and this is to celebrate December 25th, right? This is the things that they do to celebrate and honor December 25th, Christ's birthday, right? Okay. So let's check it out. Because let's check it out. So we got a tree. This is one of the things that they do for celebration. We got decorations, right? That you put on the tree. But but if we go to original concepts of those decorations, what were they? You know
are
what
you
they were?
asking me
Yeah,
what is the
yeah.
original?
Well, like
Me?
when people, yeah, like in the 1960s and 70s and stuff like that. And I mean, it goes way back before then. Like we go
Oh, we
way
know who
back.
it was. Oh, we
But
know who it
but
was.
but there, what are they hanging on that tree?
The same
They're
thing they was
hanging
hanging. The same thing they was hanging over the fireplace. These nuts.
right, right. So they're hanging balls, right?
Right,
You
right.
know what I'm
I
saying?
get.
They hanging
Yeah, I'm
balls
saying
on the
it ain't funny.
tree.
It ain't funny. I'm making light of it though, but
No, it is
yeah,
funny though,
yeah,
because this is the thing that
yeah. Because I
people are
was just thinking
doing.
about that, man. If they, that wouldn't be funny if there was these nuts. Really,
No, it
these
wouldn't,
nuts.
but these are the things
Yeah,
that people are doing. So they got
yeah,
this tree. They got this tree. They're
yeah,
hanging balls on the tree to decorate the tree, right? And
yeah.
then and then what else are they doing? They're giving gifts, right? So
hmm
this is where, oh, okay, see, you're gonna make me do it. I gotta bring one.
See,
I gotta bring one
yeah.
something else.
See.
See,
All right.
making me
I'm
do it. You
I'm
making me
I'm
do
gonna
it.
make sure that we go back to my to. I'm gonna segue a little bit because I think it'll be a little fun to mess with that because it is close to Christmas. Uh,
See,
I,
what I'm
I
not gonna do is a Billy Carson. I'm not gonna do a Billy Carson and give you this cyanide Bible. So when you go look for it, you can't find nothing. When the real name is the Kodak Sinaiticus. So that way, if you find it, he's full of bullshit. I'm gonna give you the real shit, the real stuff.
I'm
You
gonna
know what I mean?
tag Billy in this no because
Go
you
ahead
talking
and
you.
tag his ass, cause he got his ass tagged by some real
Ah,
scholarship. And
ah,
if he listens to what I'm saying,
ah.
he ain't gonna want no, cause he gonna realize, oh, that's that stuff. That's that same stuff. He
Nah,
he
Billy
coming
don't.
with that
Billy
same stuff.
Billy don't want no smoke.
He might try to sue you. Be careful, man.
Oh yeah, come over
but
at 3 in the morning and sue a nigga.
you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna do the Billy Carson and tell you the cyanide Bible, so you can't find it when really it's the Kodak Sinaiticus. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you the real stuff, right? And the real stuff is this, because ultimately, let me just tell you the truth, right? If you go to Job 9 and 24, and you can go there if you like. I hope you do go there for the viewers. But if you don't want to go there, I'll just paraphrase it. You want me to paraphrase it?
Yep.
Job
Hold on, I got a
9.
Bible in this motherfucker. Don't think I don't.
Um, I mean, shoot, you should, man.
No, I got
But
enough. And I know the Bible, man. I'm just all over the place.
Job 9 and 24 says the world was given into the hands of the wicked. Now, the reality of it is this: every system is satanic, every single one. And the reason why it's satanic is
Hey,
because
every one of them,
every single one, every single religious group, and I'm saying
everyone.
religious, every single one, every single
All right,
religious group. I don't give a damn if you're a neo-Christian. I don't give a damn if you're a Muslim, if you're a pagan, if you're a Buddhist, if you're I don't give a damn what religious group you deal with. It's set up by
everybody.
Satan. I don't care what country you live in or what time frame you're in. It's the same setup. It's set up
Now hold
by
on,
the adversary.
hold on. I want to ask. Hold on, give me that Job 9 and 2 what?
Chapter 9 and 24.
Okay, hold on. 9 and 24. All right. Are you basing this what you're telling me right now off of the same book that you're saying is not true?
No, what I'm that book it them writings is true.
Wait, what writings?
What we would call what people call in English the Bible, them writings are true.
Hmm. So it's the ancients that aren't.
What do you give me context? What are you saying?
I'm trying to get a reference point when the word wasn't right.
No, no, I
W-
never said the word wasn't correct. The word was correct. What I'm saying is the
Oh, okay.
systems. What I'm saying is this the systems
Gotcha.
that have governed the earth since the fall
Gotcha.
of mankind have all been governed by the same person,
All right.
if you want to call it that.
All right.
And so this is why the biblical scriptures that we have today, this is why there's 50 billion translations of the Bible. It's been masterfully rearranged and distorted. Let me give you a real life example. Okay. I don't know who knows about this type of stuff, but when you start learning about commerce, private citizenship, how you say sovereignty, these
Hmm.
things. When you start learning and understanding about Black's law, it's a totally different language. It's English per se or whatever, but completely different meaning in the judicial system, right? So you're saying what you think is English, and they're saying what they know is law. Two different things. I'm speaking too fast, and that's because you sleep. So hopefully you'll wake it up. But what I'm saying, what I'm trying to say right here is this. Uh, y'all see that? Let's see. I said the law. Look what just popped up on my screen. Look what just popped up that trooper right there. But he pulled up.
Oh, Roscoe
But
Pico train, huh?
he pulled up right when I said that though.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
uh
yeah,
but in
yeah.
reality, here's the deal. And that kind of threw my train of thought off
Oh, I
of
can
where I was
imagine
going
it
with
did.
this.
Oh, I can
Uh
imagine.
uh Sovereigns, I was saying sovereign citizenship, when you start learning about that type of stuff, it's coming back to me. Um oh man, it's coming back, but it's kind of lost. It's kind of lost. Yeah, man.
All
But
right.
anyway,
While that's on its way back. Um, I just wanted to go back and pick that little scab a little bit. Just what is your take with that? I mean, uh, there's a good
Which
chance
what was
they're
it?
gonna.
Repeat it.
I'm saying there's a good chance they're gonna stone me for even asking the question. But
What?
if these two equinox are should have been switched. Is and am I like trying to push fight asking that question, or is it a legitimate question?
I think whatever you want to learn is legitimate. I don't think there's, you know, uh, but at the end of the day,
And the reason why a lot of people are like, well, but what difference does it make? You know, what point are you trying to prove? Because I sometimes I do be doing some shit, right? And then sometimes I really just I'm I'm being genuine about. See, it, I don't imagine what I'm calling a higher power or my God or whatever. Right? I don't imagine that being something that I can negotiate with. Something that I could make a deal with.
hmm
I think that is just what it is, and I'm doing my best to interpret it. Now, could I say I made a deal with that Lord? If you give me a better paying job, I pay my bills on time. I get a better paying job, and I pay the bills on time. I can't argue if that. I don't know, but if you got a better paying job, and then you got fired from it, whose fault? You know what I'm saying? See, what happens for me a lot is I find a lot of people suggest that God is the one that's responsible for every act, right? And
hmm
that's fine. I don't contest one who that is true for, but that person doesn't really. A lot of people don't have a lot of history that they have to tell you who or even what God is. They just tell you that it is, and they go to the belief part, and that's a safety net, kind of pacify a little bit because you're not required to think about what it is that you're suggesting others do. S- i- If I made some of the claims that were made in the Old Testament, I'd be considered crazy even by my peers today. If I made some of those claims, if say they're absolutely true, these things really happen, right? Fine. But if I told you it happened to me, they're going to say, "Nah, uh." There's I don't know anybody that within the last 100 years of I'm not 100 years old, but hypothetically that can ever give reference to that. I don't know. So there's like I'm sitting here having this conversation with you, right? If we meet a good place in the conversation where we have a a meeting in the minds and we get that aha moment. Someone say, "Hey man, hey, you guys learned something, man. That was all God teaching you that." But if we fight and have a difference and critically challenge each other's intellect, they're gonna say that's the devil doing that. And then once we come to a resolution from that challenge, they're gonna say that's God doing it. And this is the thing that I have the biggest issue with is others can be able to tell who and when this God is doing what in whose life. And I wrestle with that. And that didn't help me stick around when I had no opinion. I
You
couldn't
know
have an
why?
opinion.
You know why? Because they don't want to accept what's called a synergistic relationship. They don't want to accept that. And that is um, a relationship. That is predetermined outcomes based on the route you choose. So it's something synergistic, right? Relationship. It's one side laying some paths out, and it's the other side having the free autonomous will to make those choices. But see, what happens is when you make the choice, people want to then complain about the outcomes of the choices, and it's easier to pass the buck. It's easier to always be up in somebody else's business and worry about what they got going on and telling them what they need to ought to do, and not look at their own life and focus on what they gotta do. So
You know the thing that
it's
no, go ahead.
go ahead. I was
I
gonna
was
say
saying.
that it's the laws of the universe, man. I don't need to pray to God about growing a seed. It's already universal laws that if I
Hmm.
get some good soil, put the seed in the
Hmm.
ground, cover it up, water it, and let the sun do its natural thing, that's going the seed's gonna die. So something has to die. There's a sacrifice, right? The seed dies, and from that
Hmm.
death, the plant comes up. I don't need to pray about that. You don't need to pray, and we're talking general, right?
Hmm.
Because we know there's bad ground, there's GMO, all the stuff. So I'm not trying
Hmm.
to get it. I'm just speaking general about universal laws. I don't need to pray when I eat something that it goes through and say, "Oh God, let me eat this and let it go here and digest, and then let me be able to use the restroom so I can go on about my business." It just is gonna do that. Now that's synergistic relationships, right? The path is laid out. If you eat this, you're going to use the restroom. If you drink this, you're going to use the restroom. Here comes the blame. Here comes the choice. So now I have free will and free autonomy to eat and drink whatever I choose. But there's a predetermined outcome to me eating and drinking, which is that restroom. So if I decide to go and eat a 10,000 Scoville unit ghost pepper, right? That was my free choice. But guess what? The outcome is I'm gonna use that bathroom, and when I do, you most likely gonna go to the hospital. And now I want to complain. Now I want to sue, and I want to do this. When we all knew the predetermined outcome with whatever you eat, and nobody told me to eat that fucking pepper, but I did that. Now I want to complain and sue and do the and ooh and ah,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
But people still
Hmm.
do it. People
Hmm.
still do it. This is synergism. This is why people always want to make everything up about God, and God lets all this bad stuff happen, and God does this and does that, because nobody wants to take responsibility for their own actions. Nobody wants to take the responsibility because it's already laid out. When you're born on this earth, you're guaranteed to die one day,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
And everything that's already here is guaranteed to do what it's gonna do, right? The trees gonna grow, the wind gonna blow, the sun and moon gonna rise and fall, and you gonna grow and live according to however long, right? So
Hmm.
this is already pre-laid out, but you know that there's choices and outcomes. So now, based upon these rules and regulations, universal law, you can freely choose to do what you want to do, but they all have predetermined outcomes. And so people do these things, get these outcomes. You sit on that couch all day and you eat 50,000 pounds of ice cream, and uh you know what I'm saying, you do all this and you blow up to be 5,000 pounds, and now you want to sue Jenny Craig. You know what I'm saying? And you want to complain about how miserable your life is, but you're steadily stuck on that couch looking at everybody else's life and you're not doing anything. Well, the outcome is
Hmm.
if you sit on the couch and eat the predetermined, we all know it, you're gonna gain weight.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
nobody likes the way. Everybody, oh, I want to look healthy. I want to look, but guess what? They don't dislike it enough to do anything about it. They just want to complain and put the blame on somebody else. Well, you're making all these sugar products, and I get it. Yep, addiction, it's very evil. But nonetheless, you still have the choice whether to eat it or not. Stop buying that shit. Put something in your mouth that doesn't have sugar, and
Yeah.
reset your taste buds, and then fruit will taste
Yeah.
good to you again.
Yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right.
And so this is
That's
why
right.
they don't want the response. So they try to uh discredit everyone. Just because their lives are fucked up because of the choices they want to choose, then they want to sit here and now all of a sudden they're the authority on what you can and can't do and what your outcomes can and can't be and your experiences aren't because of how their life is going
Mm-hmm.
based
Mm-hmm.
on the choices they made. So it's a discredit. So I don't give a damn. Me, I don't care. I really don't care at all because guess what? Like I said in the beginning of this live, I don't have to live your life and you can't even see mine. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. And can't nobody be mad at the outcomes that we receive based on the choices we do.
Yeah.
This is why knowledge
Yeah.
is important because it all exists right here in your mind. Every choice a person makes and does dictates the outcome. You want more money? Get more knowledge. Why? Because what you know depicts how you live on every level. Because there's levels to it. Every level, it all comes back to what you know, and that depicts what you do, and that depicts the outcome.
Yeah.
So you
I'm in
want more money? Get
agreement.
some more knowledge.
I'm in agreement, and I just wanted to that's
You still with me? Shit. Me? Hold on. not sure. I can't hear you, so give me a second here. What's going on? I can't see nothing. I can't hear nothing. Let me see. Can y'all hear? Cause I can't hear nothing. We can't. We can you hear me? We can't hear. We can't hear you. You muted. We cannot hear you. Damn, uh,
I just don't go down. I just don't go down easy. All right. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. We'll do it again. I don't even know what I'm really tell y'all. Once I get this all figured out and I start moving things to be a little more smoother. Oh, wait a minute.
go. You back?
Oh man, I was looking for the end button and you popped back up.
Man, cause we couldn't hear nothing at
Yeah, I
all.
couldn't.
You was muted for a long time. We couldn't hear you.
Nah, yeah, cause I was muted, man. I done fucked around and hit the I messed around and hit that mute button.
Yeah, we was like, we can't hear you. I
So
thought something happened.
you didn't hear when about the person opened up the airplane door and
No,
walked out on the wing? Man, that's crazy. Yeah. Opened up the door on the airplane and walked out on the wing.
nah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I want to know who
Okay.
does that, man.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get set back up. We straight?
Oh, we straight.
All right, yeah, man. I missed a whole bunch. Everybody was screaming, "We can't hear you." So I was trying to get your attention real quick, but couldn't do it, man.
Yeah, I wasn't even I forgot about that.
Yeah.
But
So let me get your
yeah.
take, man. Let's not end this. Let's not end this, man. What do
All right,
you
come on.
honestly think? What do you honestly think December 25th is about? Is that really about Christ or is that something else?
I think I think it's something else.
And what do you think that is? Let me know
All
what you
right.
think that
All right.
is.
This is what I think. I think it was like I think there were festivities going on, which is even weird. But anyway, there's festivities. Yeah, in the middle of the winter, but nonetheless, there's festivities going on where
Let me-
they were having different events,
What's
and
these events, man? What's going
there were
on? What's
different pagan events, different holiday
okay, pagan events.
pagan.
Okay, I'm just
Yeah,
trying to get a
yeah.
little clarity.
And so it's kind of like when I used to live in Compton, and I used to go to the Compton swap meet back when they had pagers, and we was trying to
Mm-hmm.
build up we was trying to build the business to get more customers, right?
Mhm.
So what we had a little booth inside the Compton swap meet, but not too many people knew about it. So we had to get our name out there. So we had to go where there were different events going on that were similar to the things that we were doing. And when we would get to those places, I would promote. I would promote. I, I push those flyers. I push those conversations. Meet and greet. I'm trying to get those pagers out there, right? And
All right.
I think that's kind of like what happened in that time. I think it was like they were trying to we were crusading, and they were looking for places where they can grasp the most amount of people in the least amount of time, and it would be in places where people gather. So I think that during that crusade, they merged, not merged, but tended some of those pagan events, and it became popular, and then just became traditional.
Okay.
That's my
All right.
hypothesis.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you that's just wrong.
All right.
That's wrong. It, so, and the reason why it's wrong is it necessarily wasn't an option. And what I mean by that is we have let's see, the Bible refers to the Tower of Babel, right? So who is the ruler of that scenario? Who is the person in charge?
Caesar.
No, no, no. The Tower of Babel. We're talking Babylon,
Oh, oh, you're
BCE
talking
time.
Pharaoh.
Nope.
Well,
We're talking
fuck,
Babylon. You-
go.
BCE.
Man, I'm getting jacked up, man, by the canine. The
Oh,
canines on
oh
me.
yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
yeah. All right, go ahead. Now, what you saying? I'm trying to mess with you.
We
All right,
talking about, yeah, who is the guy over the tower, who's running the Tower of Babel, city of Babylon? Who is doing that?
the city of Babylon. That's we got to be. Uh, that's back in Kings. Uh, who was that? That was
Come on.
the city of Babel. No, it wasn't him.
It might have been him. Who was it?
I'm gonna take this name. I'm gonna tell you what. I thought
Man, use that laptop or the phone or something. Look it up. What's
man
his
back,
name?
but man, did I tell you that I'm under a vicious? I'm under. You think I'm kidding? You think I'm kidding?
What's
This
his
guy,
name, man?
this copper, this ruler of this guy. Back up, bro. Man, I'm trying to do my stuff.
The King of Babylon.
Man, don't do that. Don't for real. Hold on, man. Let me answer the. I got the Family Feud thing going, man. Quit playing, man. Copper's pretty demanding, man.
Oh, it gets that way.
And he missed business. Hold on, bro. And for real, no, you going with me? Oh no, hey Neff, I'm gonna let
Yeah,
you freestyle. I'm gonna freestyle for a minute. I'm going around outside my door. Go ahead. I can hear you though. You're my Bluetooth.
I
I can
got
hear
you.
you. Yeah,
I got you. So
yeah.
I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm not gonna say the king's name, right? I'm not gonna
Oh yeah,
say
yeah. Wait. You want to know the king of Babylon?
Babylon, the Babylonian,
I don't want to
the
look. I don't
Tower
want
of
to cheat.
Babel. No, I
I
want you
think
to look,
no, no. Hold on. I should know that, man. Hold on. I'm gonna
because
tell you
this is
one
how
thing.
we learn, right?
I just
So I'm gonna
say,
leave his name out, but he was known as a mighty hunter. He was a hunter of men, right? He conquered men, and he established a city, the first Babylon, and built the tower that we know as Babel, right? So that whole system, right? He was known. I'm gonna give you his other name, Morid, if I'm saying it right, Morid, which is a Hebrew word for rebellion, right? But he had a title. That was his title, right? So, so, but I want you to know his name. Everybody knows this guy once you say his name. But I'm gonna let you look that up. I'm not gonna say it. But anyway, long story to get back to the point, he had uh he was worshipped pretty much. Like I said, these weren't really. He was known as a hunter of men, a conqueror of men, right? So he was in power, right? And they undertook the Tower of Babel, which is where we get the split of the languages. But to get to the point of what I'm saying and what I asked you, what do you think that is? Christmas and all of that, um, is that's the continued worship. And what you have is he had a son, but he had a son with his mother, right? And so there's so much I can say, but I'm not gonna say it right at this instance because I'm not really getting no feedback. I know you're listening, people can hear me, but I need a little bit of feedback to see which direction I'm gonna go with this because I can drown you because I know niggas can't swim. I don't think I'm gonna take you into the middle of the ocean in a raging storm and then take you to the bottom of the trench with no submarine. I don't think I'm gonna do that. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Cause if I start revealing those powers,
no,
you might not know how to handle it.
um, and then she had a child, and the the, the child would have didn't she have a what is that chick's name?
What was the mother's
Mhm.
name? Look it up. This is how we learn. Look it up. I want you to look it up. I want you to look up who the but I'm gonna put it to you like this, and I'm saying it provocatively. But this is the reality of what people are doing on December 25th, whether they like it or not, right? Because Job 9, the world was given into the hands of the wicked. And I wanted to go pair that with Matthew, right? Because the reality of it is they were given this authority for a reason. But here's the reality. Every single system is set up by the same entity and it's all satanic, which is which is a Hebrew word. Satan is Hebrew for adversary. So it's all adversarial to Yah's system,
All
right?
right. Yep.
And so saying that to say this, and please forgive me in advance. But
Ah.
here it goes. And I'm being cautious about this because of who you are to me, but I'm gonna say it for provocative educational purposes. All right. Do you worship dick? Is that what you like to do? I would assume no based on me knowing you, but can we hear it for the viewers?
My phone went out. What you say? May do it one more time, but what you say?
I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
I already know the answer because I know who you are. But do you worship Dick?
What?
I know this is why I was cautious, but that's the question. I have to be provocative because the truth of the matter
No,
must
man,
come
ain't
out.
nobody no phallus worshiper over here, man. That's them people over
Okay,
there. That's
okay.
them. Don't
Phallus,
trust
yeah,
them niggas
phallus.
over there.
They
That's
want
them
to use the
phallus
term
worshipers, man.
phallus. They want to use the scientific phallus, but it's dick. Let's put it in labor terms. Worship it.
Yeah.
And so if you do not do that, but this is what you're doing anyway. This is what anybody who's celebrating December 25th Christmas, remember December Deca 10, but you're in the 12th, right? When you set that tree up, that's a representation of a dick, phallus, and them ornaments, them balls you hanging up there is representation of what comes underneath there, and and what comes out of the sac, sperma, right? That gives life and creates life. So he had relations, sex with his mother. He created life's son, worship it because they believed in reincarnation, that the spirit of who the ruler is, who I still want you to look up, would be reincarnated and come into the sun. And the only way to do these things is through worship. And so, what are you doing? You're bowing down and you put the presence under the tree, and you're bowing down and worshiping this dick, this penis, this phallus, this ancient Babylonian ritualistic, paganistic, satanistic worship, which is what you're doing. And if you don't, and if you think that that's just something that man made up, well, go look at the Baphomet statue. If you look at the Baphomet statue, he has an erected dick. His dick is hard. It's an erected phallus. It's on the statue. It's everywhere that statue is. You're always gonna see an erected phallus. And so you think you're doing a paganistic ritual and doing some Babylonian stuff if you really knew what it was. And if you don't know what it is, you think that you are doing what's called Christmas. But let's get to the bottom of it. I want you to go on the computer and look up on Britannica.com what Yule is. Yule. Let's look up
Hmm.
what Yule is. If you could pull that up, I need you to now. I need you to do this because we're talking about December 25th. We talk about winter solstice. Look up what Yule is.
I don't. I'm not in that same room. Hold on. Give me a minute to go get that laptop. Man, hold on.
All right, yeah, because this is critical now. We done got serious again.
All right, go ahead. Freestyle for a minute. I'm gonna bring it out here.
Well, once you get that computer, I can't see who's looking or who's listening or even what you're doing because we rolling down this highway. But Yuli, right? What you gonna find out? I need you to look that up though on Britannica. We're not gonna use no Wikipedia where anybody can post anything and 10,000 can repost it and now it's the truth. We're gonna look at real scholarship. Britannica.com. Yuli, right? Because this
All
has
right.
everything to do with the solstice and Christmas. So let's talk about it. I'm finna we freestyling. Let's talk about this Yuli.
All right. Hold on. I'm getting it.
Yule on Britannica.com. We need to look at some scholarship. But what I'm saying is I'm ultimately going back to your worshiping the devil because your people are bowing down and worshiping this dick, this phallus on Christmas, decorating, the hall, deck the halls.
Hmm.
The
With
deck
lots
is
of
in the
joy.
hall.
Oh, with
Oh
lots
yeah,
of joy.
that
Oh
deck is
yeah.
in the hall.
Oh, it's
Oh,
got a
that
lot
deck
of
is in the
joy in it.
hallway.
Oh,
Oh
there's a
yeah,
lot of joy.
that deck is in the hall. You know what I'm
You're gonna
saying?
be.
Fa la la la
You're gonna
la
be.
la 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 la.
Oh, there's gonna be a lot. Now, Lala's up in there too. Oh yeah. I'm
Oh,
a. Yeah.
that deck is in the hall. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh
in the
yeah.
hallway right down there into the living room.
Man, that's
But
Cupid. This little old, oh, funny ass. But yeah, go ahead. All right, let me.
but
I'm setting it up.
yeah, Britannica.com and look up Yuli, right? And I
Yeah.
just want you to start reading on what it's saying because I can't read it, but but it's a ancient paganistic Babylonian worship set thing, right? But also it's for neo pagans, new pagans, right?
Mm-hmm.
And also for Christians, neo Christians. And they do this December 25th because that's when the child was born. That child was born on December 25th. And so you want me to just tell you the name?
Yeah. Tell me the name.
Nimrod.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Nimrod.
All right. All right.
So
All right.
Nimrod, right? Who was known
Yep.
as a conqueror. And even if you know what that is, and you say, "Well, I'm doing this because I'm a pagan." Okay, but guess what? You're worshiping the devil because you have to understand piece by piece. I'm breaking down some real game right here. But we're taking pieces and we're looking at what it is and we're breaking it down to see what's really going on. So if you pull, and I want you to pull up the Baphomet statue too, a picture of it, and tell me what you see because
I
that
already know
Baphomet,
what it is. It's a hermaphrodite with a heart
right,
on.
has the goat with a heart on.
Yeah.
But you sit up here worshiping this
Same thing. The
phallus.
same thing that's
Got the
on your Starbucks cup.
okay.
You turn your
So
Starbucks cup upside down. It's the same goat head.
okay. Well, go ahead. That's great.
But
That's
but
cool.
but 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 the Baphomet is throwing up the as above, so below, just as Christ is. Well, yeah, 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 yeah,
Organisms, right?
yeah,
So everybody knows what a
yeah,
penis is. So we're making correlations, right?
yeah.
You're doing Christmas. You're doing
But
Christmas.
but it's also
You're
got
celebrating
breasts.
December 25th.
But it's got breast
I
and a
understand that.
penis.
I
Okay.
just I
All right.
understand that.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, definitely understand that.
All right.
So we're doing Christmas, right? Pagans, Neo Christians, uh, the world celebrating Christmas. They're celebrating. They're worshiping penis. They're bowing down to the child in hopes of reincarnating that spirit of Nimrod into them. Child worshiping, born December 25th, erection of a phallus, a penis, bow down and worship the dick. We see Baphomet sitting on the throne, dick erected. So your worship, remember, these systems are all set up by the same adversarial battle formation, battle array.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
From the beginning to the end, nothing new. It's the same system, the same thing over and over. So you're
Mm-hmm.
worshiping, whether you know it or not, you're worshiping the devil, you're worshiping Satan. It's right there in your face, but you can't see it, you can't understand it because you don't want to. Oh, the kids, we already dealt with Easter. We already seen how simple it is if you critically think. It's 2 days. We looked at days. We're talking about the solstice. We're talking about uh, 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 all of it, right? December 25th. That's why I want you to pull up Yuli. It's gonna bring it up for you. We're gonna track this thing down right here. We're gonna track this thing down because Yuli has to do with Christmas and the solstice.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
why I want you to look. I want you to pull it up if you can. I will pull it up, but you see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So
I got you. I got you. I just got to
so
move on to move.
we
You all right?
we got that. And where do we see this representation of a phallus? Everywhere. In every official high court, everywhere in every continent, you see the same thing. The Vatican, you see a phallus. Washington D.C., you see it. Uh, Egypt, you see it. Uh, Everywhere you see the same symbol, all over
Mm-hmm.
the globe.
Mm-hmm.
All over the globe. In the highest forms of power, you see the same symbol. You see the same thing, and it's representing the same thing. This dick, this penis, and everybody. So, like I'm saying, these are systems, right? Which is
Mm-hmm.
why I said Job, giving into the hands of the wicked, right? If you go to Matthew, but why the thing that he's trying to accomplish, that he's been trying to accomplish, will get done. That's the reality that people have to understand, and it's basically already done because everybody was caused into doing this. They don't know. Like I said, a lot of people are good people. They just don't know what they're doing. But they're worshiping the devil in every religious institution and every governmental system, period, point blank. That's what they're doing. There's only one system on earth that is not worshiping the devil. And I'm not going to say what it is right at this second because that is the one system that actually has the power over all the other systems. And
Why
that
wouldn't
is
you?
the one, well, because we'll get to it. But before and outcomes, right? So if I take something that actually does something, woe to, what did Christ say? Woe to them that call evil good and good evil and took the truth of God and turned it into a lie. So when you take something, let's just say a child, and you take the DNA out, and you take an animal, these are two perfectly good things, and you put them together and you make something of a hybrid nature. That's changing the truth of what it is into a lie. That's changing the system. That's changing the reality of what is, right? Because you're taking the power that has the authority and you're taking it and you're changing it. This is where they get these things from. This is why, and I accept it because in reality, Christ is the one who said it was going to be this way. In reality, Yah is the one who gave the authority for these things to take place. Now that gets into whole other. Well, why would he do it? And there's a reason for that. But there, be- well, let's not put the cart before the horse. The reality is, if you go to Matthew 24 and 21, there will be a time of trouble and tribulation like never before, ever in the existence of creation. Period. But after that, it will never be that. It will never be again. So what that means cryptically, the world was given into the hands of the wicked, and what they have set out to do, they will accomplish. But after that time, when they accomplish it, the destruction comes. They don't understand that when the accomplish, it's like right when you say yes, we did it, is when destruction comes. You hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, okay. So these are things. This is why Matthew said it. I don't know if you could pull it up or if we're still looking at Yuli. You still on the computer or what you got going?
No, I'm pulling all my stuff from out of my that back room out to the front area where I could uh look that stuff up for you at, because my computer in the room just wasn't the signal wasn't right. So just give me a second. I got you though.
Yeah, I got you. I'm just asking because I,
Yeah,
I can't see. I
yeah,
can't see right now,
I
so
know,
I can.
I know. I got you.
Uh, but yeah, so this is what it is. So I accept what Elohim has put on the table. I accept that I'm in this system, but people can't see it. They're asleep to the idea. They're asleep to the understanding because it's meant to be that way. It's created. This same system has come up over and over and over and has been perfected over and over and over until it will culminate and reach its goal. And so I accept what most important thing that everybody in the universe must understand. There is no quote unquote judgment after you die. You die and then the judgment. And that is true in reality. Yes, there is a judgment, but what I mean, because that sounds super confusing, what I mean is you're being judged right now. The way you move, operate, the decisions you make, and the outcomes you produce, you are being judged right now the way you live. And once you die and have the judgment, when that resurrection comes for judgment, it's not going to be no conversations held. It's not going to be no situational explanations given. You're either going to be raised in condemnation, suitable for destruction, or you're going to be raised in eternal existence, life, how you would call it. And the reason why it's going to be raised in either or state is because the judgment is now. And people don't seem to realize and understand that the judgment is right now. You are being judged now off of the things that you are doing and choosing to do or not to do. And that's what I was saying earlier. Everybody wants to complain. You want to complain, I'm broke. You don't like the situation? Here's an exercise for everybody. Educate. I'm gonna prove to people right now that you need education. And I'm gonna use the one thing that everybody loves, money. Let's use money, right? This is what I want y'all to do. I want you to take your bank card, your ATM card, your debit card, whatever card you have, credit card, and I want you to go to the nearest ATM and put it in the ATM and pull up the balance. If you don't like what you see when you pull that balance up, you need financial education. And that's period and point blank. Why is that? You have the same 24 hours as everyone else, and you have the same opportunities. So, why, if you don't like what you see when you pull that bank account up, you need financial education. You need to be educated on how to manage more finances. And it always goes back to knowledge. What everything we see, do, and experience is produced out of this mind of ours. Everything, every choice, every reality we live. Because the reality is you could be a bum on the street begging for change, and then 10 years later, your reality could be you own the Trump Tower and you're driving a Bentley Bentayga. Those are two totally different spectrum realities that both can exist simultaneously, and you have the choice of where you want to be based on your understanding, and what you understand produces out choice outcomes that produce the existence you live in and the reality you observe. But it all goes back to, you have to get some knowledge. You have to understand what it is you're doing to make the right choices that will get you to these realities. Everybody wants the I want the right now. And these systems are a part of that. They've hacked the brain and they have dopamine you up to for instant gratifications and 15-second attention spans. And people wonder why they don't have nothing and they can't get nothing. Because in reality, everything you eat took some time. Them clothes you made, got on, took some time. That food that grew to harvest took time. It all takes time. So you want to get wealthy, guess what? You're going to have to take some time to get wealthy and compound your interest and grow your portfolio piece by piece to obtain wealth. The biggest scams is these get rich right now scratch hits and gambling and all of that. And there's statistics on that. They have to let you win. But even if I don't care if you win $100,000, $1 million, you spent 5 million to get that 1 million. You spent 100,000 to get that 30,000. So you really never win. They only do that so that way you'll keep coming back. That's why they do all of those things. So the reality of it is you really want to get some, you really want to grow. This is my suggestion. This is what I'm telling everybody to do. There's an old book. It's called The Art of Money Getting. I suggest you get that book and read it. It's a real old book, but it's got some game. It's got some game. If you'll sit down and read, it's got some game.
It's called The Art of what?
Money getting. The
All right.
art of money getting. And it's not giving you strategies, it's giving you realities.
All right. All right. Well,
But let's go back to this gig, this Yuli. It sounds like you got your stuff up.
hmm
Yeah, it's go to the Britannica.com, Britannica.com, and type in Yule, Yuli, origins of Yuli. And it's gonna start giving you, and here, remember, we're in this system, so it's gonna start giving you the softness because remember, people only have 15-second attention spans, but if you keep going, oh, it's gonna start telling you the real shit. And all you have to do is follow the breadcrumbs, my friend.
yeah, this ain't it ain't coming up, man. And that should come up. That's weird.
What, the Britannica.com?
Yeah,
Just type in Britannica in Google.
I understand. But I'm telling you this. I don't really understand this going on with this laptop, man. Yeah, it's kind of doing its own thing, man. It's kind of got its own little stuff going.
All right.
I need to
All
take it
right.
to I need to take it to O'Neill, really.
Is it letting you surf the web at all?
Yeah.
All right. Why don't you
All
type
right,
in?
there go. All right. Now what about it?
So are you on Britannica?
Yeah.
All right. Type in Yule, Yule. If I'm saying it right, it might be Yule or Yule, because this has everything to do with the post, the discussion, the solstice, and Christ, Christmas, and all that. Tell me what it brings up.
All right. Hold on. You said Julie,
Yeah, Yule.
the goat. Is that what
Yeah,
you're looking for? The
read.
goat?
I'm not. I'm not. I mean, yeah, but I'm not looking for the goal. I'm just looking for the words. What's the word saying? What is it saying? Give me the etymology. So what's it saying? What's the story that is giving you?
All right. Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah, read it. I want you to read it for the live.
All right. It says the Yule goat is a Scandinavian and Northern Europe Yule and Yule and Christmas symbol of the tradition. Its origin is from the Germanic pagans and exists in many variations during the Scandinavian history.
Hmm. Keep going.
That's what that's what it says.
Oh, that's it.
The mole is a representation of the Yule goat and are typically made of straw. That's the Scandinavian decorative Christmas straw goat, the Yule goat.
So it only gave you. Okay, type in the origin of Yule. Origin of Yule. Cause that gave you a little piece. I mean, it hit on some stuff, but we want some substantive data. We want some data people can test, right? Origins of Yule.
Mm-hmm. Quit playing, boy. The Yule goat is a Scandinavian. Yeah, it's pretty much saying the
Okay,
same
okay,
thing.
okay. Let's do this. Let's do this. Type in origins of the winter solstice. Let's do that. Origins of the winter solstice. And the Britannica is like a blue thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Britannica.com. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is where we're going to get unbiased, just raw information. Origins of winter solstice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If it's not working, if you go to Google and type in that same thing, origins of winter solstice, and then put Britannica, it'll pull it right up to the. It should pull you right up to it.
Yeah, it brought me to the celebration out of it. We went looking for the celebration.
Well, yeah. What did it say when it was talking? Did it say celebration of the solstice, or
No,
what did
no,
it say?
stop, boy. Stop playing, boy. Hold on. Origin of the winter solstice.
Yeah, but we want the Britannica definition because that's gonna give it to you. If you find it, it should take you right to that Yule, but it should give you more than just the goat and all of this. Gonna really start giving it to you. And see, this is the trickery of the system. You gotta learn how to hack it because if you type certain things, it's only gonna give you certain things. So if you type in the rice, then it'll give you all of it.
All right. I'm coming up with some shit.
All right, talk to me because I can't see. I'm
So the origins of the winter solstice Britannica.
Yep.
All right. So 7 winter solstice celebrations. That's not what you're looking for.
No.
No, it's not. Talks about the 7 different ones. I wonder what it says.
All right. Well, then just try this. Get rid of the Britannica, just origins of the winter solstice, and then see what if Google pulls up the Britannica definition for you automatically. They'll give you different options, right? But see if you can scroll down until you find the Britannica definition. Origins of the
But
winter
then
solstice.
oh, it's just showing me a diagram depicting the position of the Earth in relationship to the Sun, the beginning of each northern hemisphere.
Right, right. If you scroll down, because it'll give you different ones you can click on. Do you see one that's based coming off that website,
Oh,
Britannica.com?
yeah, that's what that is. Hey, but this is a pretty interesting website.
Britannica?
Yeah, with all this different shit on here.
Yeah, you gonna get the raw.
Actually, this actually pretty good.
Because this is real
All right.
scholarship. This is not Wikipedia.
Hmm. Yeah, but it's not giving me no etymology of it.
Here, let me try to do this. Let me try to interfere
Let me
here.
see
Let
if
me
I
see.
can jump in here.
Oops. Uh
Oh,
oh.
I'm not even. All right, you guys. I'm gonna have to definitely reset this computer so I can use it more effectively. And my next stream I'll do from my laptop so I can do all my little stuff I need to do on my phone. And this just hasn't been used in a while, obviously. So I got a bunch of crap to do. So I'm not gonna hold you guys while I do that. All right. So again, thanks for your time. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. Hey nephew, I'm gonna
You can
reset
hear
this.
me?
Yeah, I'm gonna reboot this computer right now and switch this around to where I could put my my YouTube channel on my laptop so I can use my phone. It's and I tried to get away with doing it the other way around without um updating this computer. It's just been sitting over there for a very long time. I just turned it on and made it work, so it's kind of making me do a bunch of stuff I don't need to be spending time doing.
I got you. All right, man. Well, listen, I'm gonna call you on the back end because I'm gonna give you this game on Yuli real quick before we actually log out.
Yeah, but you're also going to have to walk me through how to reboot this because it wouldn't. I couldn't even use my YouTube because it kept telling me that there's other cameras hooked it up to. I don't understand what is it because it's connected to my phone. I need to figure out how to close these windows. I don't even know if they open. I just don't know yet. But I can't use it like I'm trying to use it.
Okay.
Um, so I'm gonna need you to walk me through that part of it anyway. So call me right back,
All right, I'm gonna call you.
and I'm gonna just leave this like this, and then yeah, because it's something ain't right. A lot of
All
something's
right.
ain't right.
And if
Um,
you want, I'll put this out there. If you want, because we just freestyling. You see, we've been chilling with you and riding with me, you know, and we just been freestyling. But if we want to really put something to a hard, indefinite breakdown and look at this stuff, oh, we can do something. And you know how I get down if we do it like that. But we
Neff,
just
so
freestyling.
restart. Does that close all the windows?
Yeah, it's gonna close it's gonna shut the whole computer down and restart it. So look, I'm gonna get out of here. And I'm gonna hang up. I don't know if you want to do an exit, like, subscribe, or I don't know. This YouTube, yep, comment, share all the stuff, and then
Hmm.
I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna call you, and then we can go through it real quick.
All
But if
right.
I call you, you on your phone, so you gotta end the live so I can call you.
Yep, I got you. I got you. All right, you guys. Again, thanks. Really, really appreciate it. Sorry for being late again. Then I kept you late. Um, we kind of moved around the subject a little bit, but the whole thing I wanted to touch on was if those time frames have been switched around, or if it makes sense to see it. Well, I guess it doesn't make sense to see it and believe it, because if you see it, then it takes away the belief part of it. But um, I don't know. I'm just saying it does, it does, and you can't
Well, I'll
unhear
say
what I
this:
said.
we did have a excuse me, electric magnetic pole shift this equinox. Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah, we
yeah.
did. Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
sure
Oh
did.
yeah.
And people don't even know that that happened, but that happened. That's real.
Hey, what road
Oh
are you
yeah.
literally on right now?
Man, look here. I'm everywhere.
Yeah, because you was in a different environment when we first started talking. The roads were different.
Yeah. Yeah, man. You remember how this goes?
Oh, I remember how it go.
It used to
I
be right
might,
there.
we might be streaming a live video from me from the passenger seat. You know.
Well, you might be right
That-
there. Well, you know what I'm saying? You used to be right there. You know what I mean?
oh man, we did some stuff out there,
Said
man.
we did some stuff, man.
We did some stuff.
We did some stuff.
we did some stuff out there.
We did
Hey,
some stuff,
hey,
man.
I'm gonna get with you on that. I don't want to keep them, man. We shenanigans. Uh,
All
much
right,
love,
I'm gonna call
everybody.
you right back as soon as you
All right,
end it.
hit me back. Hey, you guys, thanks for watching. Hit that like, subscribe, leave me a comment. I'll get back with you. Appreciate you. I did all that like I really know how to end this, man.
Just hit the A.